of the homestead, and welcome back to my pocket homestead. Today from my kitchen, because we're making something really exciting. We're making something that's been passed down through generations of herbalists. It's a spicy, tangy, immune boosting tonic called Fire Cider. Now, I've never made one before. I'm certainly not an expert on this, but we're here to learn together, and we're gonna just try and make one today. And then over the next coming weeks, I will definitely keep you updated on how the tonic is looking and how it's doing. What Fire Cider is, it's basically apple cider vinegar infused with really powerful herbs and vegetables and fruit to make it this really strong tonic that you can take over the winter month to keep your immune system strong, to fight off all the sickness that's going around, especially when you have little kids like me. I have a lot of hope for this, that this will keep us healthy over the winter. What you need for your fire cider, it really depends on what you want your fire cider to contain. You will definitely need a big jar that you can throw everything in, and you need apple cider vinegar, preferably the raw one. Let me show you. So organic cider vinegar with the mother unfiltered. That's the one that I got. It was on offer, so I got myself 3 bottles of it. And that's where we're gonna throw in all of our herbs and fruit and veg to create this tonic. We leave the fire cider then sit on the countertop for several weeks. And basically what it does, all those powerful roots and herbs, etc., that will steep into the vinegar, and all the good stuff is going to be in that liquid. After a couple of weeks, it will be strained so that you literally only have the liquid. And you can then take it as like a little tonic. You can take it as a shot. You can dilute it with water and drink it just from the glass. You can mix in honey to make it a little sweet and a bit more tasty. That's the whole idea of it. Depending on what you put in, and we get to that in a few seconds, your fire cider can help with your immune system. It's anti-inflammatory. It aids your digestion and boost your circulation. It can have antimicrobial and antiviral properties. Gosh, that was so hard to say. And it is detoxifying. Now, of course, it's not like a cure-it-all type of thing, but it's a great addition to have in your home apothecary, and a little something you can take on a daily basis throughout the winter month to keep your body strong, to fight off any sort of colds, infections, fevers, etc. As I said, what you put into your fire cider really depends on you and what you want to achieve. Now, in herbal medicine, every herb, every vegetable, every fruit, they have certain properties that can support, let's say, digestion. They support your immune system, can support heart health or eye health, etc. So whatever you want in that fire cider, what do you want that fire cider to do for you? That's what you're going to put in. There are a few basic ingredients that you can put in. So first of all, obviously the apple cider vinegar is non-negotiable. And then there's garlic, onion, ginger. A lot of people put horseradish in, and hot peppers. Now, I don't have horseradish because I was unable to get it anywhere, and I didn't want to get the one from the jar because I don't know what's in there. I don't know how pure it is. So I decided I just leave it out. I'm also trying to put in whatever I can get from the garden because I know there's no chemicals on it, and obviously when I go outside now and pick it fresh, I know it's full of all those nutrients and things that I really want in the cider. And the things that I had to buy in the store, I would have made sure that they are either local, organic, or that they're at least within Europe, that they're not coming from China, for example. I didn't grow garlic last year, so I had to buy in the garlic, and I made sure that I bought local garlic and organic garlic. Because remember, the further things have to travel, the less nutrients are going to be in there in the end. So the fresher things are, the more nutrients are in. So whatever you can get outside, get it from there. Even if you're asking a neighbor for a sprig of rosemary or something, but try and get the local stuff. Go to a market first, If you don't have a market close by, choose a better supermarket where you know they have local things and organic things. Making fire cider is really, really easy. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to gather all our ingredients. I have a lot of things outside. I have my little basket, and I'm going to go and chop a few things and make sure that I have everything ready before I even start chopping things up. In the meantime, I've already in my sink, I have my big jar. It's a 3-liter jar that I have filled with water and vinegar. I poured in boiling water and then poured in a bit of vinegar just to kind of disinfect it and make sure that there's no bad bacteria in there, because we don't want to spoil our fire cider. We're gonna go and pick a few things. Okay, so we have some chives here. I'm gonna cut off a few things here. I'm also picking a bit of thyme. Thyme is one of my favorite herbs. And over here I have also some mint. This is peppermint. It's gonna give it a nice, I need to use the scissors. It's gonna give it a nice flavor, hopefully. So, and I am going to pick a little bit of nipita, because nipita is known to be used in herbal medicine as well. And we're adding some parsley as well, and some lovage. We're also adding some calendula, one of those herbal powerhouses. And it's gonna make it pretty if there's a few flower petals in there as well. Borage flowers, super pretty, super delicious, super nutritious. We'll be adding some of those too, as long as we have them in the garden. I found a few onions in my garden. I thought I had only one, but it actually turns out they were just hiding. So I'll be using fresh onions for my fire cider. I've also just found some dandelion flowers, and I also picked a few nettles, so that's going to be a nice addition. And I am heading to also pick lemon balm. So I've got my basket full of wonderful little things from the garden. I'm actually delighted. A few more dandelions and nettles, and then my onions. And now I'm just getting everything ready from the fridge. And now what we do, we just chop it up, and I'm probably gonna wash a few things from this as well, just to make sure there's no bugs on it. And then we throw it into the big jar that I have that is sterilized. We throw it all in, and then we fill it up with the apple cider vinegar. And that's basically all that we have to do. Now the chopping up is probably going to take me a while now, but other than that, I think it's very, very quick and easy to make. Now before I start chopping, let's have a quick last look at the ingredients. So this is what I'm going for. It's going to be the prettiest fire cider you've ever seen. Okay, so we have some black currants here. I had them in the freezer and I took them out last night. They're thawed now. They are from a neighbor's garden. Then we have some hot chili peppers, buena bolata and jalapenos. We have some rose hips. Also, they were in the freezer and I took them out last night. That should get the juices out nicely. I just have to halve them. We're gonna put in some orange and some unwaxed lemons. Here we have some turmeric, cloves, and black peppercorns that I will be adding. Fresh organic ginger, this will be grated. The onions will be sliced, and then the garlic I have to peel. And we have some beautiful flowers, calendula, nasturtium, dandelion, and borage. Some fresh nettles, and all the herbs that we just picked together. So I'm done chopping everything, and I filled it into my jar, and look at this. I look so good, so colorful. And there's so much goodness in here, so much goodness. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna fill in the apple cider vinegar. And that's it, 2 bottles of the apple cider vinegar in there. As I said, this is a 3-liter jar. I used 2 750 milliliters of apple cider vinegar, and then all the ingredients, and it filled it up nicely all the way up to the top. And we're going to close this now. And we're going to leave it sit for several weeks. And then after 4 weeks, we strain the liquid out, and then we can take shots of it every single day if we want to. I also read if you can shake it every day, just so that everything stays submerged. It actually looks like now after shaking it, I should add another little bit of vinegar, but that's okay. I still have another bottle, just to make sure that everything is really well submerged. And I'll come back in 4 weeks time and let you know what this guy looks like and what it tastes like. It's probably going to be very spicy and very like potent. And let me know in the comments if you're going to try Fire Cider this year, or if you're maybe doing it already every year and you just love it or you just hate it. Let me know. I'd love to know. Thanks for watching today. I have another lot of work to do here. I'll be making more medicine and more healthy stuff. Kombucha and homemade yogurt and honey fermented garlic is on the list. Some homemade granola. So I have a full day in the kitchen, and I hope to see you again next week for another episode of My Pocket Homestead. Thanks and bye.